Say the VMAs, it was fantastic. And it was a great performance. And then at the end, you got really emotional and you started crying.
You mean, said you're running out of time.
Oh my God. It was just so overwhelming for me, everything. Just the performance. Like, I just wasn't expecting them to support me in the way they did.
And I made him cry.
Well, then that makes two of us.
He broke his foot on stage in front of 11 people. Yeah. It wasn't and finished the song. And like all this, like, wow.
What are your thoughts on Justin winning the milestone award so young?
Can we have another question?
There's someone in my life who I owe a special apology to. I'm talking about someone who I really loved and lost because I screwed it all up. But thankfully, that special someone, the love of my life, is here tonight. I just want that second chance, so you can come on out. Thank you. I'm not really a talker, but I'll say thank you to my family. I want to thank God. I want to thank everyone that believes in me and believes in me.
Last night for the very first time,
you guys are awesome.
Enjoy
your night.
To go away. One night I thought I might die, I couldn't even see.
If someone else pulled... Oh, who's that?
Oh, it's Mom.
Is it? Put her on speaker. Get her on speaker. Go on.
Hey, Mom, we're on at the radio station. Say hi to everybody at the radio.
Hi, Mom.
You're live on you're live on the radio right now, Mom.
Aww. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I miss you, Justin.
I miss you, Mom.
Oh,
His mum sounds like... His mum sounds like younger than Jackie.
Yeah, she is, I think.
Was my mom? She had me really young. So
Yeah.
How old?
She. How old were you, Mom? 18.
I was 18.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in the movie.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, Jackie,
so
don't
sweet.
let him have his private conversation with his
yeah.
mother.
Anyways, Mom, I will call you back after the interview, Mom.
All right, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
That's not your mother, is it?
That was my mom.
Was it?
Yeah.
You sound so young. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
My first girlfriend, I took her on at a date.
Right.
And we went. I did the same thing. I rented out the Staples Center.
Okay.
We went up to the top row.
Yeah.
Watched Titanic on the
big screen?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
What's the biggest surprise you've ever had?
A romantic dinner on a rooftop.
Some loves never really leave us. They linger in the quiet corners of our minds, in songs we hear on the radio, in the way a familiar scent can transport us to a moment we thought was long gone. We tell ourselves we've moved on, that life has carried us forward, but the truth is often messier. Some people, some memories, simply refuse to fade. I try to breathe you out of my life, to erase your presence from the little corners of my heart where it still clings, but every night, when the lights dim and the world softens, your name whispers back. I've built a life I thought would protect me, a home, routines, even someone new to fill the spaces. But nothing I do can entirely block the echoes of what we had. It's strange how someone can leave your life and yet still inhabit it, like a ghost you both cherish and fear. I think about the balcony where we laughed until our sides hurt, the hoodie I left behind that somehow still carries the warmth of your body, the dreams we sketched across the walls of our imagination. Forever we promised each other, and yet, forever never came. People see me smile, see the life I've built, and assume I've healed. But when the world isn't watching, when the applause fades, I am back there, with you. Even a ring on my finger, a life with someone else, does little to silence the past. The heart has a memory all its own. It remembers the way you made mornings brighter, the way you could read my thoughts without a word, the moments we shared that no one else could understand. I look at new faces, try to feel enough, try to convince myself that what we had is gone, but all I catch are glimpses of us, fleeting, impossible, vivid. We said goodbye to save ourselves, believing that distance would protect our fragile hearts. But saving ourselves didn't save the love we had. It didn't erase the years we spent learning each other, laughing together, arguing fiercely, forgiving one another, and loving in ways that only two people who truly understand each other can. Love like ours doesn't simply vanish. It transforms. It lingers. It reshapes itself in quiet moments, in memories shared with strangers who don't know the full story, but feel the heat of it anyway. I see your signs everywhere. In songs, in fleeting phrases, in lights that seem to wink just for me. It's as if you've left a trail, small breadcrumbs meant to reach only me. I notice, always, because love like ours has a way of leaving permanent marks. Even when life moves on, even when faces change and years pass, the heart remembers. And I feel you in those moments. I feel it so sharply that it almost hurts. Our love was fire, unrelenting and raw. It was 10 years of truth, 10 years of laughter, tears, and everything in between. Doesn't matter who we marry, doesn't matter what new chapters are written, we were only built for each other. That's the cruel and beautiful part of it. Some connections are so complete, so consuming, that nothing else ever quite measures up. They shape the rest of our lives, even as we walk away, even as we try to live separate stories. I think about how people move on in visible ways. New relationships, new routines, new houses, but the internal journey is rarely as clean. You carry someone inside you, in quiet places no one else can reach, in the half-forgotten songs that trigger memories, in the way your heart clenches at a scent, a word, a phrase. You pretend, you smile, you play your part in the narrative of moving forward, but the truth is more complicated. Some love doesn't just fade, it changes shape. Maybe it becomes nostalgia, maybe it becomes longing, maybe it becomes the quiet hope that, in another life, the story will end differently. I picture that other life often, imagining doors that never closed, conversations that never ended, moments that never broke. But in this one, we live our separate lives, and yet the imprint remains, a permanent signature on the heart that no amount of time or distance can erase. Even now, when I try to close the door, my heart drifts back. Every shared dream, every whispered promise, every moment that once felt ordinary now feels sacred. The idea of a little girl with your eyes running across a sunlit room, our imaginary future, still lives in me. And when I try to love someone new, to feel that same spark, all I catch is a fragment of what we had. Not enough to replace it, not enough to silence it, but enough to remind me that it was real, that we were real. We keep pretending, we keep moving on. But love like ours doesn't disappear. It transforms, reshapes itself into memories, into moments of deja vu, into the songs we hear on repeat and can't quite explain. It leaves subtle messages for us to notice, signs that the connection never fully ended. And if you're watching, if you're feeling the same invisible pull, then you know exactly what I mean. It's a secret language that only we understand, spoken in quiet glances and unspoken gestures. There's an odd comfort in that, knowing that some part of what we had still exists, still matters, even if the world has moved on, even if other people don't see it, even if life has demanded we play new roles, embrace new lives, and forge new paths. Some love doesn't stay neatly contained. It lives in the cracks, in the shadows, in the spaces between what was and what is. And yet, even with all that weight, there's beauty here. There's a rare kind of grace in loving someone so completely that they leave permanent marks on your heart. It teaches you the depth of feeling you're capable of. It teaches you vulnerability, resilience, and the ways in which love can both hurt and elevate. It's a paradox. The more intense the connection, the more enduring the echoes, even if the story doesn't end with togetherness. Sometimes, when the memories hit hardest, I feel like I'm sending messages into the void, hoping they reach you. Not out of expectation, not for closure, but simply to acknowledge that what we had matters, that it shaped us, that it continues to exist in subtle, undeniable ways. And in that quiet exchange, in the unspoken acknowledgement between past and present, there's a strange form of peace. A recognition that some love is eternal, not because it conquers time, but because it refuses to be forgotten. We were fire. 10 years of truth condensed into moments of laughter, arguments, reconciliation, and passion. And no matter who we marry, no matter the lives we build separately, the core of us, the us that existed in that decade, is unbreakable. You leave traces in the world, and I follow them, intentionally or not. We don't speak, yet the echoes of our shared history reach across time and space, subtle reminders that love like ours changes shape but never truly disappears. It's easy to look back and feel regret, to imagine paths we didn't take, choices we might have made differently. But I've come to see that love isn't always about endings. Sometimes it's about presence, about the ways it shapes who we are, about the echoes it leaves in our hearts long after it has physically left. And while it's tempting to seek closure, some stories are meant to remain open-ended, suspended between what was and what could have been. In quiet moments, I revisit those days, walking through memory like a familiar room, the balcony, the laughter, the hoodie, the promises we made, and I realize that love like ours is a rare and wild thing, impossible to contain, impossible to forget. It doesn't conform to society's expectations or timelines. It exists on its own terms, in its own rhythm, refusing to be tamed by distance, time, or circumstance. We keep pretending, we keep walking forward. But love like ours isn't about pretending, it's about acknowledging the permanent mark someone leaves on you. It's about honoring the depth of feeling, the intensity of connection, and the ways it continues to shape us even as we build new lives, meet new people, and face new challenges. It's invisible, yes, but undeniable. And maybe that's the lesson here. Love isn't always about possession or permanence. Sometimes it's about transformation, about leaving a trace that outlives the physical presence of the other person. It's about accepting that some connections are too powerful to fully release, too meaningful to forget, and too beautiful to be constrained by conventional endings. I imagine another life, one where the doors never closed, where circumstances aligned differently, where we found our way back to each other. But even if that life doesn't exist, even if the reality remains as it is, there's solace in remembering, in acknowledging, and in carrying the essence of what we shared into everything else we do. Some love isn't meant to be contained in a single lifetime. It's meant to leave echoes that ripple outward, shaping us in ways we may never fully understand. So, here we are, living separate lives, holding different hands, navigating worlds that don't overlap. Yet, in the quiet spaces of the heart, in the songs that make us pause, in the fleeting moments of déjà vu, the connection remains. It's a testament to the depth of what we experienced, a reminder that love like ours doesn't end. It merely changes form, and perhaps that's the most profound truth of all. We can't force love to conform, to settle, or to end neatly. Some love endures precisely because it refuses to obey expectations. It lingers in memory, in sensation, in small moments of recognition, quietly shaping us, silently guiding us, reminding us that the past never truly leaves us, and that the people who touch our hearts deeply never entirely disappear. We were fire. We were 10 years of truth. And while we continue to navigate separate lives, that fire still burns quietly, fiercely, permanently. It doesn't consume anymore. It illuminates. It reminds us of what was, what could have been, and the rare, uncontainable beauty of having loved so fully. And as life moves forward, as we meet new faces and forge new paths, that fire remains a quiet but undeniable part of us, a permanent marker of a love that refused to fade. Maybe in another life, we find a way back home. But in this one, we love each other alone, carrying fragments of each other into our separate worlds, into our separate stories. And perhaps that's enough. Perhaps that's what true love is. Not possession, not closure, not endings, but presence, permanence, and the quiet knowledge that some connections never die. They simply evolve.